Hey everybody, it's Mike with Riding in the Ozarks, and I'm doing a little organizing in the garage today, and we're getting ready for Sturgis. It's coming up in just a few weeks. Me and my friends are going. We have a whole crew. We were talking about what rides we wanted to do, what rides I've done before. A lot of them have not been before. And I thought maybe this would be a good video topic for people who are not familiar with the rides and places that are, I guess, more famous or, more scenic, things like that. So I planned out some rides and some stuff to give them some options, and I thought I'd share some of that with you. If you're going to Sturgis and you've not been before, these rides are during Sturgis Bike Week, during the actual week of Sturgis. There's a lot of traffic. Don't go up there thinking you're going to run the canyons at top speed and all that kind of stuff. You need to take it easy, enjoy the scenery. There are a lot of bikes on the road. If you want to go up and run the canyons as hard as you can run them, go when it's not bike week. Just a word of advice, my opinion, which is worth very little, but it's still my channel, my opinion. So we're coming in from the Ozarks. So we're going to go north, hit I-90 and go west into Rapid City. So one of the first stops that we want to do is the Badlands. And I think everybody should ride their motorcycle through the Badlands at least once if you get the opportunity. Very cool, very scenic, very memorable. It's about a 45-minute loop, so you are going to want to pull off, take pictures, things like that. So plan on an hour. And if you have not got a national park season pass or whatever, plan on paying $25 a motorcycle, or maybe just buy a pass. If you're not familiar with where the Badlands are, you can find this national park about 90 miles east of Sturgis on I-90. Number 2, Spearfish Canyon. It's one of my favorites. It's only a 20-mile loop, and it's not super technical. It's not hairpin corners. It's closer to kind of like the Pig Trail in Arkansas. Big sweeping curves, beautiful scenery. They've got a few places where you can pull off and sightsee, including Bridal Veil Falls. That's a nice place to stop, take a group photo if you're riding with friends and things. I particularly like Spearfish Canyon, even though it is not the probably most famous or the most technical road down there to ride. Maybe I like it because you can do what I like to call the Devil's Tower Loop. This next ride is what I call the Devil's Tower Loop. We stay in the Deadwood Spearfish area. So on a Tuesday or Wednesday, you can head up to Alzada, I believe it is, Montana, Stoneville Saloon. If you don't know about Stoneville, just Google Topless Tuesday, Stoneville Saloon. You'll find out everything you need to know. But if you do this on a Tuesday or Wednesday, you're guaranteed there's going to be a big crowd of bikers at Stoneville Saloon. They'll be there for Topless Tuesday or No Panty Wednesday. Take your preference. Now, if you just did Spearfish Canyon, you can just continue from there and head up to Stoneville. Now, after having a refreshment of some kind at Stoneville, we like to head back down, see Devil's Tower, especially if you're taking people that have never seen it before. Stop there for a photo op, check out the gift shop. They've got some cool stuff. And then we head on down to Four Corners, I believe it is, Four Corners, Wyoming. And from there, you can head north back into Deadwood and Sturgis area, but it makes about a 200-mile loop if you include Spearfish. You get to pick up a couple of sightseeing things like Topless Tuesday and Devil's Tower, but it is actually a very scenic ride, not too technical. We're going to get into some of the more technical roads here in just a second. But I really enjoyed that loop as well. It's very memorable. In some ways, I enjoyed that loop in Spearfish Canyon more than Iron Mountain Road and Needles Highway, which we're about to talk about. But first, number 4, Vanocker Canyon. So if you head straight south out of Sturgis, Vanocker Canyon Road. Take that down. That's an enjoyable ride. We did that. When we did it 4 years ago, there was an accident on it. We had some delayed traffic. They had to airlift someone out. So again, be safe, enjoy the ride, but don't try and fly through there. You're likely to come onto an accident or have an accident. And it's no fun to come around the curve and find all the traffic is backed up at a dead stop and you've got to try and get it shut down without hitting anybody or causing a pile up behind you. Now, once you get to the end of Vanocker Canyon, you could kind of head a little bit east there and head over to Rapid City. Check out all the vendors at the Harley dealer over there in Rapid City. Or you could go on south and maybe hit Keystone, hit Hill City, something like that. Or you could head west and go back up and hit Spearfish Canyon if you hadn't done that already. Some people like to make it a big loop and call it the Canyon Loop. There's another stretch of road between Deadwood and Sturgis that's called Boulder Canyon. I didn't even realize that that was a canyon ride, particularly when I went through it. It's not anything that's all that special to me, but it is apparently a canyon road loop that you can take to include that after you're doing spearfish. Now, the most famous roads are Iron Mountain Road and Needles Highway. And I like to do those when I go do Mount Rushmore. So essentially, if you go down, check out Mount Rushmore, you can take a photo from the highway or you can pay to go up into the park. But right there you get on 16A, and that's Iron Mountain Road. Now, if it was me, I would take that all the way down and hit Custer State Park, make a little loop through Custer State Park till you come to the south entrance of Needles Highway, and then head back north through Needles Highway. Now, these roads are much more technical. They're going to have a lot more bike traffic on it. People are going to be moving slower, and it's going to be congested, especially at the beginning of the week. I'm hoping this year that some of the traffic has moved out toward the end of the week, and we're going to try and hit it on Thursday or Friday. Now, once you get to the north end of Needles Highway, you can loop back around, check out Crazy Horse, go to Hill City, other places, loop back down and check out Custer. This isn't a terribly long ride, but it is a very fun ride. It's very scenic. There's corkscrews and tunnels through the mountain and a lot of scenery. It's very, very unique and very, very interesting. And I highly recommend you do it. Just be very careful. Hey guys, we just did a live stream last night talking about rides, bars, campgrounds, all that kind of stuff in Sturgis. So if this is a topic that you're interested in, make sure you check the description down below for a link. A special guest came on the show kind of halfway through, Mr. Professional Monkey, the man who knows all of Sturgis. He was on there, so we also had a discussion about some of the things he knows that's going on, some of the bike shows and different concerts and things and stuff. So if you are interested in this stuff, you can go check out that live stream as well. And if you go to Sturgis all the time and you have a favorite ride or route, place to go see, something I didn't mention, maybe a hidden gem, please leave us a comment down below. If you're going to Sturgis also, just leave me a comment, a shout out, say, hey, maybe we'll see you there. We're talking about putting a meet and greet together somewhere. I don't know if we should do it in Rapid City, if we should do it in Sturgis. You guys let me know what you think would be better at the vendor area in Rapid City. Is probably something I can arrange pretty easy. I don't know any of the bars or stuff in Sturgis to talk to them about doing a meet and greet there, but if you have a contact, you know somebody up there, if somebody who has a bar or campground up there that's got an open bar to the public would like to host that, just reach out to me and we'll see what we can work out for a schedule. All right, hopefully we will see you at Sturgis. Y'all stay safe, keep on riding, and we'll see you in the next one.